What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone with some good news. I think Chiesa 26. That's what's been out there right now. That Chiesa is gonna sign his new deal, but for one season. What does that mean? We're gonna talk about that in this video, but also why apparently Juntili is gonna go all out for doing Koopmeiners from Atalanta, and he's ready to battle Liverpool. That's basically the news out there. Financially, we are gonna battle with a Premier League club, and that sounds just very fake, doesn't it? But we will talk about it. Before we do that, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's go. Okay, so Chiesa 26. That's the main topic because apparently that's what's been out there right now, that they are getting extremely close to an agreement. Like, the feeling is positive, but it's only for one season, and you can say that's weird. And I would say I agree. It is weird. It feels a bridge gap. It feels I think for both parties, the best option. One, the club is not going to lose him on a free, and two, Chiesa can give it another go next season and then say, okay, this is what I want to do. Now I want that type of contract, and the club can say, okay, we will give you this type of contract, or we will find a solution elsewhere instead of making hasty decisions right now. That's basically what's out there right now. The wage is probably going to be the same-ish almost, and it's 1 year, and we will talk about it next season, both for the players. I think even Chiesa is looking at, do I want to leave? Do I want to do it now? And I know the stories are out there that De Rossi is pushing to sign him for at Roma, that they're in constant contacts and whatever and all those things. And never say never in football, but I will be absolutely stunned, like really shocked, stunned, speechless if he joins Roma. I would. And it's not disrespect to Roma, but if he's gonna leave Juve, I envision him leaving Serie A as well. That's what I always thought. Like, if he's gonna leave Juve, he's one of those players, Italian players, that will just leave the league. And joining Roma, again, no disrespect, but it feels very odd. I still think that the 1 year option is the main focus. I think it's the most likely scenario. I don't think a long-term deal. I think the 1 year extension is the most likely one. Now, that being said, everything can change. Obviously not Roma, because they're not going to offer you a lot of money. But if a big offer comes in, the club might say, yeah, we're going to take it, because we're going to reinvest that in, I don't know, Sirixi, Koopmeiners. I will talk about it in a second. Or we'll do something new. We will change it up a little bit. We might sign another player. I don't know what the club is thinking, but as of now, it feels like the 1 year thing is the most likely solution, and that's speaking as of now, the 8th of May, May 8th, 2024, on a Wednesday. That's the main topic. That's the main focus right now. I know Tuttosport and all those sources come out with Roma is pushing to sign Chiesa, but I don't get it. I will be absolutely confused if that were to happen. I'm not gonna lie. So let's see. But as of now, it's 26. Am I happy with Chiesa saying, yeah, I don't want to lose Chiesa? I don't want to lose Chiesa. I think he's still a good player. I still think he has certain limitations he will never change, but we know what impact he can have. And yes, it's been a poor season, but it's been a poor season for a lot of people still believe in, and I still believe in Chiesa, not to an extent where people are like, oh, he's world class, whatever. But with his speed, his pace, and his qualities, going into Europe and all those things, like, he should be making the difference. And I still believe he can make the difference. I truly believe that. So yeah, I'm actually okay with a 1 year extension. Also because I think even the club is like, okay, we need to see it if you can do it next season. And I think even Chiesa is like, okay, if I can do it next season, I might get that move still, potentially, if the club actually wants me out. Or if I don't get it done, I'm not screwing up the club by leaving for a free. That's basically what's out there. Now, the second part of the show is doing Koopmeiners. Because apparently Jundeli is crazy about Koopmeiners, and he's going to go all in, offering 4.5 million paying 60 million. However, Liverpool are the more likely one if they're actually going to be in because they have more money than us. Now, on Koopmeiners, do I think we should be paying 60 million? No. Do I like Koopmeiners? Yes. Am I worried because he's an Atalanta player? Double yes. Like every single Atalanta player we've been linked with, it scares the hell out of me. It does. Now, I've watched Koopmeiners play in the Eredivisie, and he was good as well there. So I've seen him outside of the Atalanta setup. That may, puts me in a spot where I'm more at ease, if I'm being honest. However, it's still that. Is he a good player? Yes. Like he scores goals and he doesn't do tap-ins. Like he's a quality player. Like he really is. He works hard. He has good technique. He sees things and he has a big engine. I think a very good player. A very very good player. 60 million is too much. But if you're gonna lose Rabiot and you're gonna lose McKennie, and you're gonna loan out or sell Miretti, I don't know what's gonna happen. And Alcaraz, you don't know. Like there's nobody left. Like you're gonna need to make deals. You're gonna need to make deals happen, and it's not a lot of cash out there. So that's why I'm very on the club paying 60 million for Koopmeiners, because that sounds like, I don't know, 75% of our budget of the summer. That's the feeling you have. So the club is going to need to be creative and they're going to need to make sacrifices. That's the point. And it's going to be very interesting what they're going to do. I know Koopmeiners is being proposed by the media, especially Di Marcio and that type of media, suggesting that he is the number one target and the club is going to do anything possible to bring Koopmeiners in. But realistically speaking, it doesn't really make a lot of sense financially. Actually, it makes no sense at all financially. Like the Zidixi deal, like I said so many times, financially, it sounds off. It sounds like a deal we shouldn't be doing, but we're still in the mix for some reason. So it's a very confusing time, which is normal because it's not really transfer season, and it will get worse, once the transfer season actually kicks in, because then you will hear different links, and one day it's Bremer out and one day it's no, Bremer is staying, and then it's like, okay, now it makes more sense because we have money, and then no money again. So how is this gonna happen? So it's all over the place right now. I think it's obvious that we need quality in the team. It's obvious that we need to try to sign a quote unquote big player in each department, to actually improve the starting 11 and then build around that, and see what you can do with the squad. I think that's the main goal. First the coach, and then you go from back to front or whatever. But like one player where you're like, okay, he's gonna come in the team. Calafiori, for example, Koopmeiners, for example, or Zirkzee up front, like, because we don't know what's gonna happen with Sule and Chiesa. Even though the news is 26, everything is on the table right now. So it's gonna be very interesting. If you need to believe everything now, we will have a big budget, but I refuse to believe that. So the Koopmeiners one is, I like it because I like him as a player, but it doesn't make sense financially, and that's why I'm like, okay, how can he be the number one target? What do we not know? Like, what is the club not leaking? Like, it's very early days, but we need to keep an eye on him. So that's what we're gonna do. But that's it for this video. Chiesa 26 and all in for Koopmeiners basically. So let me know in the comments, what do you make of that 26 deal and the transfer fee we've been linked with for Koopmeiners. That's all, and I'll see you guys later tonight. Ciao.